Chosen one, this is the moment you have been sensing in the quiet corners of your spirit. December 29th, 2025. It is not merely another date on the calendar, nor is it simply the turning of a page in the passage of time. It is your inevitable and glorious new dawn. This is a divine revelation designed exclusively for you, etched into the stars before the world even had a name for your spirit. This is the chapter that heaven has kept in secret, waiting for the precise frequency, the necessary maturity, and the exact moment to collide within your soul. Listen closely, for this is not a restart, nor is it a repetition of the cycles you have grown weary of fighting. It is a sacred beginning, a divine intervention that does not attempt to fix what was broken, but rather unveils what was always destined to be. You are not going back to correct failures. You are moving forward to become everything that has been waiting inside you for years. For so long, you have felt the ground beneath your feet trembling with instability, haven't you? You have known that latent ache, the palpable tension between what is currently manifesting in your reality and what you know deep in your gut could be possible. You have prayed, you have waited, and you have asked questions in the silence that no one else heard. You survived what should have broken you. You walked through seasons of confusion, of agonizing delays, and of closed doors that felt far too final. And yet, somehow, against all odds and logic, you did not give up. Somehow, you kept walking. This is not a coincidence. It is resilience forged in the fire. And December 29th, 2025 is your reward. It is not just a date. It is a divine temporal marker, a spiritual seal that declares that everything before this moment was preparation, and everything after this moment will be acceleration. Not the kind of acceleration that overwhelms you, but the kind that elevates you. The kind that does not ask for permission, the kind that moves like a prophecy fulfilled. If you are ready to expand your awareness and finally step into the timeline designed for your soul, I invite you to subscribe to the channel now and join us on this journey of awakening. You have carried the heavy burden of becoming, and now heaven is handing you the wings to fly. You are not entering this moment randomly or by accident. You are being pulled into it. You are being drawn by a purpose, by divine synchronicity, by the version of you that heaven has been waiting to unveil. The energy surrounding December 29th, 2025 will be charged, not with chaos, but with the weight of celestial movement. What was once hidden will be revealed. What was once postponed will now manifest fully. The people, the opportunities, the moments, they will not seem random. They will be divinely orchestrated because they are. You are no longer being moved by circumstances. You are being moved by your calling. The key to this moment is not mundane preparation, but supernatural readiness. It is a readiness that says, even if I do not yet see it with my physical eyes, my soul knows it is time. It is the readiness that keeps the oil in your lamp, even when the night stretches on longer than expected. It is the readiness that does not panic when doors open rapidly, because you have already made space for what is to come. Your lamp is lit and your spirit is aligned. The time is now. This is a moment of activation, designed to clear the space within you where faith resides, where hope whispers, and where miracles prepare to land. You are not coming to December 29th, 2025, empty-handed. You bring with you wisdom born of wounds, strategies shaped by storms, and a presence that only strengthens in the fire. You are not late, chosen one. You are perfectly aligned. And this date is the collision point where alignment meets acceleration. For too long, you were the one adjusting, waiting, and dimming your light so that others would feel comfortable. You remained silent to avoid conflict, shrank your presence so others wouldn't feel threatened, and carried burdens that were never yours to bear. But what if that version of you was not weakness, but preparation? What if every moment you chose peace over attention was actually God sharpening your discernment? That season of hiding, of holding back, is ending. This date is not just a marker, it is a spiritual appointment. You are not stumbling into this moment by chance. Heaven scheduled this turning point with your name written in divine ink. Do you feel it? That internal pull that has been whispering lately, not loud or chaotic, but persistent. It is time. That voice is not your imagination. It is the Holy Spirit propelling you to rise. It is the divine call stirring in your spirit, saying, move now. Does the air around you not feel different lately? Are your dreams not more vivid, your thoughts more focused, your soul more restless? This is not random. It is alignment. The atmosphere around you has shifted because the timeline of your life has been touched by heaven. For everything there is a season and a purpose, and chosen one, this is your hour. As we move deeper into this understanding, take a moment to click the like button if you can feel the shift in the atmosphere. By doing so, you signal to the universe that you are awake and listening. You were never made to blend in, though the world has tried its hardest to paint you invisible. You were never created to settle, even if your circumstances tried to imprison you in mediocrity. Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you tried to conform, something inside you resisted? That is because your DNA was written for disruption, not conformity. Your soul carries a divine frequency, and no earthly mold can contain it. Think of people like Albert Einstein, once considered slow, a dreamer, strange, who later rewrote the boundaries of science. Like you, he never fit into the system because he was sent to change it. You have often felt like an outsider, looking in at a world that seems to operate on a different set of rules. That is because you belong to a kingdom that is not of this world, and your time to govern is approaching. Now your voice is returning. Not a timid echo, but a roaring frequency, aligned with heaven. Your path is clearing, your vision is sharpening. The fog through which you have been walking is dissipating. You are not just gaining clarity, you are recovering yourself. The parts of you that were buried under years of disappointment are now resurrecting. Is it not curious how everything that once broke you is now fueling your purpose? Behold, I do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? This is not a recycled version of your past. This is your divine unveiling. What if I told you that your finances, your ideas, your relationships, everything is not falling apart, but falling into order? You are undergoing a divine restructuring. But are you willing to let go of what is familiar to receive what is sacred? December 29th, 2025 has been marked in the spiritual realm for you. It is not random. It is a divine convergence. Conversations will change. People you haven't heard from in years may suddenly reach out. Opportunities you never applied for will knock at the door. Will you recognize them as divine signs, or will you dismiss them as coincidence? You have been trained to see what others miss. You have been taught to listen beyond words. Your perception matured in obscurity, but now the palace is calling. And the question remains, will you accept what has always belonged to you? Will you finally believe that you do not need the world's validation to walk in heaven's assignment? If you are ready to claim your assignment, turn on the notification bell so you do not miss the guidance that will support you through this transition. Do not be surprised when old friends do not recognize the new frequency you carry. Do not be shocked when your preferences, your environment, and your routines begin to change. This is what happens when purpose awakens. This is the moment when your vision begins to manifest in real and undeniable ways. And as you move, remember this truth. You are not chasing anything. You are aligning. You are not seeking approval. You have already been chosen. You are not arriving late. You are arriving right on time. You are not becoming someone new. You are finally becoming who you truly are. In this divine new dawn, clarity will not just be a bonus. It will be your compass, your anchor, your spiritual GPS. How many times have you begged heaven for signs? How many times have you stayed in draining environments hoping they would change, praying that someone would finally realize your worth? But what if the change is not in them? but in you? What if the turnaround happens not when they validate you, but when you finally see yourself clearly? That is the threshold you stand upon now. This moment is not about earning your value, it is about remembering it. Because when you awaken to your true reflection, the divine, radiant, heaven-approved version of you, everything begins to change. Your soul's vibration is rising, declaring, I do not chase, I align, I do not beg, I receive, I do not settle, I elevate. This is not arrogance, it is precision, it is spiritual law. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. When you align with the kingdom, the addition is inevitable. You do not need to run after anything. What is ordained will come to you. December 29th, 2025 carries more than a date. It delivers a sacred invitation, the invitation to step out of familiar cycles, out of repetitive survival patterns, out of emotional ties that kept you barely breathing but never fully living. This moment marks the shift from survival to flight. Share this message with someone who has been walking through the fire with you. Let them know that their season of survival is also coming to an end. Consider the metaphor of the seed. If your old version was the seed, buried in the dark, compressed by the weight of the soil, then this new version is the flower breaking through the surface. You have done the internal work. You have endured the darkness of the burial, which was actually a planting. Now you are reaping the external reward. And with this ascension comes liberation. Liberation from the need to explain your elevation, to apologize for your healing, or to dim your shine just to fit in. You are not going back to who you were. You are entering fully into who you have become, and you owe no one an explanation. The world may try to greet you with old memories, but that address has changed. You no longer live there. This version of you, the version of December 29th, 2025, is not just healed, it is activated. What you carry was never meant to be exposed prematurely. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And chosen one, the time is now. The veil is lifting, the revelation is here. You are the revelation. Your favor now speaks louder than your words. Your anointing now shines brighter than your actions. Your power now radiates beyond your voice. This is not exaggeration, it is elevation. Do you feel the shift in the air? That is the orbit of your life changing. You are entering a new alignment that is custom-made, exclusive, and designed specifically for you. What is coming is not just for a select few. It carries your name, your energy, your calling. It cannot be transferred. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be denied. Think of the ocean. The ocean never argues its depth. It teaches it in waves. It does not apologize for its power or its vastness. It simply exists, commanded by the moon and the tides. In the same way, you do not need to argue for your place in this new season. Your depth will be felt. Your presence will be undeniable. You have often worried that you have missed your boat, that perhaps you made too many mistakes or took too many detours. But the divine truth is that the path clarifies only as we walk it. The detours were gathering up the necessary skills you would need for the destination. The delays were building the character required to sustain the blessing. If you had arrived sooner, the weight of the glory might have crushed you. But now your shoulders are strong, your heart is prepared. If you believe that your character has been prepared for this blessing, leave a comment below saying, I am ready to receive. Your declaration sets the intention. Let us speak of the silence you have endured. There is a profound difference between the silence of emptiness and the silence of gestation. You thought God was silent because he was absent, but he was silent because he was working. A gardener does not shout at the seed to grow, he waters it and waits in trust. What you water grows, even in silence. You have been watering your spirit with prayers, with tears, with hope against hope, and now the harvest is upon you. The silence is breaking, not with noise, but with a symphony of answered prayers. This date, December 29th, 2025, is a portal. It is a threshold. Imagine standing in a doorway. Behind you is a room filled with old furniture, dusty memories, and the echoes of who you used to be. It is comfortable in a way simply because it is familiar, but the air is stale. In front of you is a vast, open landscape bathed in golden light. The air is fresh. The possibilities are endless, but it is unknown. Most people choose the stale room because they fear the unknown. But you, chosen one, you are stepping through the door. You are choosing the light. You are choosing the expansion. As you step into this new timeline, you will notice that your tolerance for toxicity disappears. Relationships that drained you will naturally fall away, not because you are angry, but because you no longer resonate with that frequency. You will find yourself drawn to high vibration environments, to foods that nourish you, to words that build you up. This is not a forced discipline. It is a natural byproduct of your spiritual elevation. Your body is the temple, and as the spirit within rises, the temple must be cleansed. And what of the resources you need, the financial stability, the home, the tools to fulfill your mission? Understand this. The mountain doesn't justify itself. It simply remains. It draws the clouds. It creates the rivers. When you stand firm in your identity as a chosen one, resources flow to you just as rivers flow from the mountain. You do not need to manipulate or scheme. You need to stand. You need to be. The provision is tied to the vision. If God has given you the vision for this new chapter, the provision is already in transit. It is making its way to you right now. Remember the story of David and Goliath. The valley was paralyzed by fear. The soldiers saw a giant. David saw an opportunity to prove God's power. He didn't wear the king's armor. It didn't fit him. He used what he had, a sling and a stone. You have been trying to wear the world's armor, trying to succeed by their metrics and their methods, but it doesn't fit you. On December 29th, 2025, you throw off the heavy armor of expectation. You pick up your own smooth stones, your unique gifts, your intuition, your faith, and you will find that what you have is more than enough to bring down the giants that have stood in your way. This is a call to courage. It takes courage to be happy when you have been conditioned to be sad. It takes courage to be wealthy when you have been taught that poverty is holy. It takes courage to be seen when you have felt safer in the shadows. But the spirit of fear is not from God. You have been given a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Activate that power now. As we approach the culmination of this message, I invite you to pause and breathe. Inhale the promise of the future. Exhale the dust of the past. The universe abhors a vacuum. By clearing out the old doubts and fears, you are creating a vacuum that must be filled, and it will be filled with the glory of this new beginning. You will look back at the calendar, at the years of struggle, and you will see the golden thread that connected it all. You will understand why you had to lose that job, why that relationship had to end, why you had to spend those nights alone. It was all leading here, to this date, to this version of you. You are the protagonist of a divine narrative. The author of your faith is turning the page. The ink is fresh. The story is about to get incredibly good. Do not fear the plot twists. They are there to elevate you. Trust the author. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. So, as December 29th, 2025 approaches, prepare your heart. Keep your eyes open. Watch for the synchronicities. Listen to the lyrics of songs that play randomly. Pay attention to the numbers on the clock. The universe is speaking to you. God is whispering to you. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses cheering you on. You are not alone in this. You never were. This is your inevitable new beginning. It is unstoppable. It is written. It is done. Walk into it with your head held high, your heart open wide, and your spirit soaring. The waiting is over. The arrival is here. If this message resonated with your spirit and you are ready to walk boldly into your new beginning, Make sure you are subscribed to our channel. We are a community of chosen ones, supporting each other as we rise. Click that subscribe button and let us ascend together. May you walk in the fullness of your blessing. May you see the invisible and do the impossible. You are loved, you are guided, and you are chosen. Until next time, peace and grace be with you. Characters with spaces. 142. The solitude of the chosen. Why you are being isolated. Script. Have you ever walked into a room full of people you have known your entire life, perhaps your own family or oldest friends, and yet felt a profound, aching sense of isolation? It is not that you are physically alone. The room is crowded, the voices are loud, and the laughter is genuine. But internally, you feel like a traveler from a distant land who has forgotten the local language. You speak, but your words seem to bounce off the surface of the conversation. You listen, but the topics feel heavy, trivial, or strangely dissonant with the reality you are beginning to perceive. This sensation is not a sign of social anxiety or depression. Though the world might try to label it as such, it is a spiritual marker. It is the undeniable evidence that your frequency is shifting, and the reality that once housed you comfortably has become too small for the spirit that is awakening within you. If you have felt this growing distance between you and the world you once knew, and you are seeking the wisdom to navigate this solitude, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Join this community of seekers who understand that sometimes you must walk alone before you can lead the way. This phenomenon of spiritual isolation is often the first and most confusing stage of the awakening process. It can feel like a punishment. You might ask yourself what you did wrong, or why relationships that sustained you for years suddenly feel draining or empty. The human instinct is to cling tighter, to lower your vibration to match the room, to dim your light so it does not irritate the eyes of those who are used to the dark. But you must understand that this separation is not a rejection by the people around you. It is a protection by the divine. You are being set apart not to be lonely, but to be prepared. Just as a seed must be buried in the dark, damp earth, completely cut off from the light of the sun to trigger its transformation, you are being placed in a cocoon of solitude. The isolation is the incubator for your new identity. Consider the eagle. It is a bird of immense power and vision, capable of soaring at altitudes that would suffocate other creatures. But notice that you never see eagles flocking in swarms like sparrows or pigeons. An eagle flies alone or with a mate because the heights at which it operates are not crowded. The air is thin there, the perspective is vast. If the eagle insisted on flying with the pigeons, it would have to stay close to the ground, dodging traffic and fighting for scraps. By accepting its nature, the eagle accepts its solitude, and in exchange, it gains the sky. You are currently in the process of discovering your wings. The loneliness you feel is simply the sensation of altitude. You are rising, and the crowd is getting smaller beneath you. This brings us to a crucial realization about the mechanics of energy. Everything in this universe operates on the law of resonance. Like attracts like. When your internal frequency begins to rise due to your spiritual work, your prayers, and your pursuit of truth, you literally become a different station on the radio dial. The people from your past are still tuned to the old station. They are not bad people. They are simply broadcasting on a frequency you no longer receive, and you are broadcasting a signal they cannot decode. When you try to force these connections, you create static. You feel exhausted after spending time with them because you are subconsciously leaking energy, trying to bridge a gap that is no longer bridgeable by conventional means. If this explanation of energy resonance makes sense to you, please take a moment to like this video. It helps this message find others who are currently confused by their own solitude. The danger in this phase is the temptation to backtrack. The silence of the cocoon can be terrifying. It forces you to confront your own thoughts, your unhealed traumas, and the shadows you have ignored by keeping yourself busy with social distractions. In the silence, there is nowhere to hide. This is why so many people sabotage their awakening. They feel the onset of this holy isolation, panic, and immediately fill their schedule with noise. They call the ex-partner who was toxic. They go to the bar where they know they don't belong. They engage in gossip just to feel part of the tribe. Do not do this. When you run from the solitude, you are running from the very classroom where your soul is trying to teach you. You are delaying your graduation. You must learn to distinguish between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being alone. Loneliness is a state of lack. Solitude is a state of fullness. In solitude, you are not empty. You are filled with your own presence and the presence of the divine. Historically, every great teacher, prophet, and leader had to pass through the wilderness. Moses was in the desert. Jesus went into the wilderness. The Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree. They did not achieve enlightenment in the middle of a marketplace. They had to withdraw to download the vision that would eventually change the world. Your current isolation is your wilderness. It is not a place of death. It is a place of revelation. As you navigate this, you will notice that your tolerance for inauthenticity drops to zero. This is another sign of your expanding awareness. In the past, you might have been able to sit through a dinner pretending to agree with cynical viewpoints or participating in drama. Now, your body physically rejects it. You might feel a headache, a tightening in your chest, or an overwhelming urge to leave. Listen to your body. It is your intuition's compass. It is telling you that those environments are toxic to the new version of you that is emerging. Respecting these signals is an act of self-love. It is setting a boundary that says, I value my peace more than I value your approval. I encourage you to turn on the notifications for this channel. As we go deeper into these topics, you will need consistent reminders to stay the course, especially when the external world tries to pull you back. There is a profound alchemy that happens when you stop fighting the isolation and start using it. When you stop looking outward for validation, you begin to find a wellspring of validation within. You start to hear the whisper of your intuition, which was previously drowned out by the noise of other people's opinions. You begin to discover gifts you didn't know you had. Creativity flourishes in solitude because the mind is finally still enough to catch the ideas that are always floating in the ether. Many of you are writers, healers, artists, or leaders who have been blocked for years because you were too busy managing the emotions of those around you. Now that the crowd has dispersed, the stage is clear for you to perform your true work. But let us address the fear that lingers in the heart of every person going through this. Will I be alone forever? The answer is an emphatic no. The universe abhors a vacuum. The space that is being created by the departure of the old is being prepared for the arrival of the new. There is a concept known as the soul family. These are people who resonate on your new frequency. They do not require you to shrink to fit in. They celebrate your expansion. They speak your language. When you meet them, the connection is often instant and deep, as if you have known them for lifetimes. But here is the key. You cannot meet them while you are still clinging to the old crowd. You must let go of the shore to discover the new lands. If you are currently in the void space, waiting for your new tribe to appear, comment, I trust the timing below. Let this be your declaration of faith in the process. This transition period requires patience. It is like the remodeling of a house. Before the new furniture can be brought in, the old broken furniture must be removed and the walls must be painted. It looks messy for a while. It feels empty, but the emptiness is full of potential. During this time, treat yourself with extreme gentleness. You are grieving the loss of your old identity and the relationships that were tied to it. Grieve if you must. Cry if you need to. But do not confuse the end of a chapter with the end of the story. The author is simply turning the page to a scene where you are the protagonist, not a supporting character in someone else's drama. Furthermore, this isolation serves to strengthen your vertical connection. When the horizontal connections with people are severed or strained, the vertical connection with the divine is strengthened. You learn to rely on Source for your stability rather than on the fluctuating moods of humans. You build a foundation that cannot be shaken by rejection or criticism. You become a lighthouse. A lighthouse stands on the edge of the jagged rocks, often battered by storms, always alone. It does not run around the beach looking for boats to save. It stands still and shines. And because it stands still, the ships know where to go. By mastering your solitude, you are becoming that lighthouse. You will eventually attract people not because you chase them, but because your light is so bright they cannot help but be drawn to it. There is also a biological component to this spiritual shift that is often overlooked. Your nervous system is rewiring. The high-frequency energy you are integrating requires rest to be assimilated. Social interaction is metabolically expensive. It requires massive amounts of processing power to read facial expressions, decode tones, and manage empathy. When you are in a deep download phase, your body naturally withdraws to conserve energy for the internal upgrade. If you force yourself to socialize during these times, you may experience physical exhaustion or irritability. Trust the natural rhythm of your body. If it wants to hibernate, let it hibernate. You